Let's see. Where are we with our voices? Check, check.
Check, check.
You want me to do this? Check, check.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Hit Home Podcast. You're here with Nat Lai, city girl turned entrepreneur who transformed a dream into a successful real estate brand, making her first six figures at just 20-something from a house flip. I'm here with my co-host, Layla Anderson. And this is where we come to have raw conversations and build real connections around life, entrepreneurship, personal growth, pop culture, and real estate. We're so happy that you're here and hope that our experiences hit home with you. Get ready for some major realness and some kick-ass connections.
We are back, and we have a special guest.
Yeah, very special guest. So we're back with part one of the men's panel of Dating in 2024. Mm-hmm. And we have Jeff here with us today.
Hi, Jeff.
How's it going?
How are you?
I'm good.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, we're super excited to have you here. Okay, so Jeff is single, and we only want single men on this panel, right?
Yeah, or else I don't know. I feel like it's like kind of like a biased.
It would be tainted.
Yeah, it would be tainted.
Right.
It's like me answering these questions. Like I have no business answering these.
You old hag, you've been married forever.
Yeah, I know. Child bride.
Yeah, to remind our audience, I have been single for almost 7 years. That's wild.
That's
7 in January.
Almost as long as I've been married.
Ew.
I know.
Jesus. Okay, how long have you been single for, Jeff?
Recently, 4 months, but before that, I was also 7 years.
Oh wow,
okay.
Long stretches. And how long was your 4 month? It was 4 months, or you've been single for 4 months?
No, I was with somebody for I guess if you want to count the on and off and all that crap, let's go with a year.
Okay.
And then I have been in a long-term relationship from 20 to 27 before.
Okay.
Yes, I know.
Okay,
about
we're gonna
that
unpack that because we need to unpack the on and off thing too.
So what do you want to start with? Do you want to start with maybe some questions for Jeff just to get to know him, or do you want to start with our questions from Instagram?
Okay, why are you single? No, I'm just joking. Just kidding, I'm kidding. Yeah, okay.
Oh, no,
those are
actually, I do. I kind of want to ask him a couple questions.
Okay, you go.
Yeah. Okay, so why? I get this all the time. This question: why do you actually think you're single? Because I have only been dating this year, as you know. Jeff and I are friends, and I feel like I've gotten more savage and corrupt from exposing myself to the dating industry and the things that I'm learning about dating and our culture and men in general. So why do you think you're single? Do you think that there's a lack of quality women? Do you think you haven't met the person? Grass is greener on the other side?
So I don't actually think there's not quality people out there for both sides of the argument, women and guys. Okay. I just don't think the people that are of quality put themselves out anymore because of how oversaturated the dating actually is. It's horrendous, and people most females in particular that I've dealt with are only concerned about status and how much.
I'm getting that from a lot of guys saying that.
Yeah.
How much you can afford for the first date. The first date shouldn't be $300 and $400 dinner in my mind. But some females don't care to live on the other side of that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Right. So as a rebuttal to that, I'm ready to throw in the towel, to be honest. And I'm only a few months into dating because I'm so over this already. Mm-hmm. So I can definitely relate to the whole idea of the women of quality not wanting to put themselves out there, because I'm just this is why I've been single for almost 7 years and why I've had zero interest in dating and putting myself out there, because I've always felt like men would always be around when I was ready.
Yeah.
And two, just for all you to know, I've never been taken out on a date that even consisted of that amount. No man's actually ever even taken me out to eat for dinner.
What?
That's what?
On a date.
But you've been dating. What the fuck do you do?
Yeah, what do you do when you get to a second and third date? You don't go.
What do you mean you haven't gone out to eat? What do you do?
These men
for
don't
a
take
walk?
me.
What do you do?
I did go for a walk down by the water.
Wait, was it the
on
first
the
date
shore?
or
on the first date?
On the second date, we went for a walk.
That's still fine.
That's fine, but but what do you do?
I've met for a drink many times, a cocktail.
Okay.
Okay,
but that's fine. I think that's fine for a first date, because
coffee.
If you're not feeling it, you can end it pretty fast.
Yeah,
if you commit to a dinner, you have to wait till the food
so
comes.
So I had a friend
and
back,
then eat it.
Right. And then eat it.
And then be okay, are you getting the bill?
Right.
Or are we splitting the bill?
But I had a friend back in the day that was a matchmaker, and she had advised, I went to one of her mixers just to support her. I was in a relationship at the time. Mm-hmm. And she said the first date should be short and sweet. She said it should never be dinner. She
No,
said
yeah.
because you should have
I
like
get
an
that.
escape. And it's just for a meeting. That's technically all it is. Almost like an interview, right? And then your second date can be longer.
Mm-hmm.
And she had always said, even if you like the person, you shouldn't spend a lot of time with them on the first date.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have went with the, like, you meet for, like, a drink or coffee or do, like, the walk thing. But if it goes well, like, don't
Yeah,
put a time
yeah,
cap
don't put a
on it.
time limit. That's what
I
I
know.
agree with that.
That's not what this chick said.
Well,
and she was one of those millionaire matchmakers from like the GTHA.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm not saying she's right or wrong. I'm just saying like that's what she said.
Really?
But no, I've never been taken for dinner.
I think there's too many rules. Like, I think, like, you just need to, like, feel it. And if you don't feel it, then you cut it short. And then if you are feeling it, though, like, why would you not?
No, I agree.
You know? But, like, what do you mean no one's taking you out for dinner?
I don't know. Should we do a public service announcement
What
right
the
now for all the
fuck?
fucking guys
Like,
who are dating
I'm
me
gonna
or
take
want
you
to
out to
date
dinner,
me?
okay?
Take
I'm
me
gonna,
out
like,
for dinner.
wine and
I,
dine
at least,
you.
I feel like the third date has to be like a social setting where like even if you go to like a Dave and Buster's or like
Yeah,
and then you do
something fun,
dinner like
yeah.
after like a different restaurant, you want to see how they interact in public with
Yeah.
unexpected situations
And service people,
Yeah,
right? Like how do they treat a
100%.
waiter or waitress? All
Yeah,
those
for
things.
sure. Oh, yeah, you
That's
pick
so
up on all
important.
of that. Okay, so what is your, like, ideal date?
First or like second or third?
Let's go first.
Let's say first.
First is like I would say like nothing like again rush, maybe like a weeknight. You go out for like drinks. Again, if there's like you want to do like I guess we're around here like Burlington Lakeshore, tons of restaurants to pick from. If you go to one, you want to go for like a 20-30 minute walk after. Stop at another place on your way out, like not a big deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like easy, light, like nobody feels pressure. And again, like you said, you
Which
can,
I do.
After the first drink, if you're like, hey, like this isn't for me,
You're out.
You're just honest
Emergency.
about it. Yeah, and you just walk.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even have to. I feel like you don't even have to go
No.
emergency. So many
Yeah.
people, you can tell. I think from the other person's vibe, if you know how to read people properly, that
Yeah.
you can just be like, you're not feeling this, or I'm not
Totally.
feeling this,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, the one drink was enough to know, like
That's
you're all,
right.
Yeah,
you're
for
both
sure.
gone.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else should we ask him though about getting to know him? Would you know what you're looking for in a girl? Truthfully?
Yeah, I think now so more that like my last relationship probably gave me more of a
Like more insight?
big time.
Okay.
And what is that?
I think you just like honestly communication and trust, like everybody says all that nonsense, but until you're like in the thick of things and like you wake up and like somebody's fucking going through your phone in the middle of the night for like no reason, and it's like starting a fight at like 2 a.m. when I've got like you got to work like the next day, and they're like they're just doing it out of like things that they're concerned about.
Yeah.
And
Like
you're
their own insecurities.
Yeah, and it's like I like fully respect that, and you can have those conversations in like a mature setting.
Yeah.
To ease somebody's like thought
Concerns.
process. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I mean like there's an extreme to each like side of it, but
Totally.
Okay, so I have something to say to that. So my nail tech recently told me, she was doing my nails, and she said, can I give you some feedback? And I've had a lot of people wanting to give me feedback with this fucking dating. And I was like, okay. And she said, you're no drama, right? And I said, oh, fuck, I don't do drama at all with like my friends, with men, nothing. Like I'm just out. I don't do confrontation. I don't like to fight, don't like to raise my voice. And she goes, so here's the thing. Men say they want women like you, but she goes, men need a little bit of drama.
Yeah.
And she was like, you need to stir the pot a
That's
little
what
bit.
I think,
And she
yeah,
goes,
at
men
least.
won't think that you like them, or that there's like not enough interest. And so I was like, so what am I supposed to do? Because I'm not crazy. Then these men say they don't want the crazy bitches. So I don't know what the fuck. So I get that you had a crazy. Like I know about the
there's
crazy.
there's a level to crazy, and again
There is, yeah.
conflict shouldn't be like, especially like in a relationship with someone that you care about, there's no like nastiness, there's no rudeness, and you
Right.
don't treat your partner
like disrespectfully.
correct. And if that's like the line where like guys I think feel like if you're gonna be disrespectful, like you're gone off the crazy
That's
spectrum.
different. Yeah.
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 But like you're kind of jealous because like, and you make like a humby like, oh, like we were fucking doing this and that girl was staring at you.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you're like, I can't control like what that
No.
person's doing, but it's funny that you noticed it, and
But I
it's funny
think
for
that,
both of us.
and
Yeah.
I think, like secretly, like guys like a little bit of jealousy, because I think everyone likes a little bit of jealousy.
So this is
because
probably a problem.
But don't
with me.
females too, like you want to be like, yeah, we were in that store, like we were on the beach and like guys were staring at you, like no, and like
No.
No, at least
No.
not us. Like we don't have a jealous bone in our body.
That's right.
I find, but that doesn't mean I don't care about my husband. It doesn't
No,
mean I don't love my
100%.
husband.
Yeah.
But like, I find it funny. Like he told me once that like a nurse flirted with him because he works in a hospital. He worked in a hospital at that time. A nurse flirted with him, and I found it hilarious. And he was like, "Oh, I was like scared to tell you." I'm like, "Why?" But I feel like if it was a different person, maybe they would have gotten
But that's what you
pissed
want in a
off.
partner. You want the partner that thinks it's like funny.
Yeah.
And that can like joke with you about it, because it's going to happen throughout the next 40 years of your life.
And like on the flip side, so I don't name drop on this podcast, as you know, but I have dated and I'm dating a higher profile person right now. And I hate the way women come at these dudes.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm like, ew, that's so cringe. Like, you're so fucking thirsty.
That's like a status thing, though, I find.
Listen, I know, like everyone, even my assistant saying it comes with like what they do for a living, but it's so gross.
Yeah, it is gross.
So I don't know. I don't think I like it, but again, like it's part of the thing where I'm like, if I find that guy attractive, obviously other women are gonna find him attractive.
But again, that goes back to the, do you trust him like fully to be who he is and not react to those women coming up, because it's gonna happen when you're not around too.
But that will.
That's a bigger question for me.
Cool. It's a bigger question for everybody.
No, the bigger question is that I never thought that I wouldn't be enough for a man until I started dating, and I do not think I'm enough for a man. Because our society is fucked up. Every man I've dated is fucking other chicks and fucking talking to other chicks. And so, do I trust someone? I can trust someone, even though I have trust issues. But I feel like sometimes men just take opportunities.
Yeah, but
because they can.
Trust takes so long. Trust takes so long.
So long, and I feel like you don't even know someone till a year.
How could you even?
Personally.
How could you trust someone? Even within a year, you
like,
can't fully trust someone, even if you like love them.
But like I say, your minimum to get, like even a friend, to get to know them, like you got to see them through shit, like through happiness, through like some turmoil. You have to have gone through something with them, and like even look how long we've been friends for.
Yeah.
And like a long time, and like he even knows in text if I'm like, you know, not lying, but like he'll be like, come on now, and I'm like, fuck, okay, whatever. But it took a long time, but like now we know each other.
Yeah.
So it's different. So yeah, I don't know. It's a messed up time.
It is a messed up time. On that note, let's start the questions, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so we got close to 40 questions from Instagram.
Just from,
I put a story out, if all of you remember, and we wanted viewers to put their questions in. So you ask, we listen. These are all viewer asked questions. None of these come from us. And they range in all different aspects of dating. So the first one here is a really good one. And this started out on Sex and the City back in the day. Now, we're going to familiarize you with this term in case you haven't heard of it. And we've pulled it up on Google with a link because it's a big topic. So the first one is the cab light theory. And it's, do men believe in the cab light theory? So I'm going to read this to you, and also so that we can familiarize our audience with this, okay? So it says the cab light theory, why men only marry when they're ready. Okay, so men are like cabs. When they're available, their light goes on. They awake one day and they decide they're ready to settle down, have babies, whatever, but their light turns on. Next woman they pick up, boom, that's the one that they marry. And this is from Miranda Hobbs in Sex and the City, Season 3, Episode 8, The Big Time.
Which is like, can I also just say, just to preface, Sex and the City is the biggest like man-hating show ever. So
but keep in mind,
with a grain of salt.
And before I finish reading this, Leigh and I were talking off air, and we were like, is this modern dating? But this is not, because this has been around like since the 90s, right? So this has nothing to do with right now.
Yeah.
So just a few more paragraphs here, and then we want your input on this. So they were reading a blog one day when they stumbled upon this quote. It suggests that men are uninterested in committing themselves to relationships until they change their mind right then and there. It also alludes that commitment isn't the star of the show, rather that timing is the star player here. The quote's line of thinking believes that commitment and love are mutually exclusive. And with that, some people have called it the cab light theory. Going by its logic, men won't marry when they meet the right women. Instead, they only marry when they're ready, hence the comparison to a cab light. Now, I have a reel about this, and it doesn't say that it's the cab light theory, but this man says that, like, you could have the most perfect woman, but if a man isn't in the right place in his mind or life, it doesn't matter. And, like, for me, going into dating, I was like, oh, yeah, men will know when there's, like, a different woman in front of him, or if there's a good woman. I don't think all these guys have said they know I'm different, but I don't think they fucking see that I'm different. Ready to make a move in the GTHA? We'd love to be a part of that journey. Not in our area, but still in Canada? Connect with us and we will point you in the right direction. So,
Okay, so the
question is, do men believe in the cab light theory?
Do we believe in it? I'm going to say no, but there's you could make a strong argument for both sides. I'll give you the male perspective from like my point of view, I guess, from what I went through. Like I was with someone for a long time through college and thought that we were going to end up together. But like at a certain age, it was like you either make the commitment or you don't. And it was a hard split for both of us. And I spent the next few years being like, I'm just not doing this again.
Right.
And I don't think it's like I could have met somebody in that time and they could have been like the perfect person, but like maturity wise, where you're at, like financially, like what you've just gone through, you're just not interested in that line of thinking. But I also think females have the same thing. It's like, oh, am I going to like settle down with this guy who's just starting out in like a career, doesn't make like the high end dollar, doesn't own his own house, like renting. And then you find a guy that's like, oh, I'm in like, he's like, I'm flipping homes and like I've got like this massive like place you can move into right away. Makes more sense than the guy who's like, yeah, we're gonna rent an apartment for the next 3 years.
And like when I was single after my 15-year relationship, I was so disinterested in men. Like I could have gone the other way, so disinterested. Like I didn't want to date. I had absolutely no interest in having sex. I was just like, I'm gonna do me and stay focused. I didn't have a rebound. I did none of that. So I do kind of agree with that I could have missed out on the right man. Maybe somebody was in my life at that time. Like hell, we met during that time at the gym, right? As friends. So like maybe I missed out on somebody that could have been the right one because I wasn't in the right mind frame or mindset at that time. So I think he's right about that. But like, what do you think? You're thinking, I can tell.
I am thinking because it can go either way. Like, of course, you could always think about the theory that like that's the one that got away, like, you know, if you're not in the right mindset or like whatever. But I also think that it's kind of like a perfect storm. I don't think that if someone, like, I wouldn't be okay with letting someone go if I felt that I loved them and the circumstances just weren't right.
Yeah, I wouldn't let someone, I'm not stupid.
Like, you know, like,
yeah.
But I can understand if that person, whether it's a man or a woman, being in that mindset, like, I'm not getting married. Like, I can understand how that, and the other person is ready to get married. I can understand how that can break someone apart because the other person may not feel like they're ready to be committed to.
Right.
Too.
I also have another theory behind it based on like recent, like, again, I just got out of like a year relationship, but the confidence that, like, again, where you are in your life, I think for a guy brings a lot of like confidence in you. Like if you own a house, if you're like have a space that you can provide for someone, I think makes the difference in how you approach dating.
Totally.
Because you feel like you have like a space that you can make them feel safe in, as to where if you're like, oh, like I'm living at home or doing all this like stuff that,
and
like,
is that from, do you, like,
from personal experience,
but
yes.
from like a man, like, or from a woman
from
too?
a man. Like you can go and you can finally be like, hey, I can provide this for you, like I can give you shelter kind of thing,
which is so
interesting. But it brings you so much more confidence in the back of your mind, so I think you're more capable of approaching people you think that you could match with, like, for a long-term situation.
So you know that I love Steve Harvey, like huge fan of him, and there's many things that he says that I love, but what he just said runs parallel to one of his biggest things, that for men it's the 2 P's: protector and provider. And if a man doesn't feel that he can do both of those things for a woman, he cannot be with any woman.
Right.
So
Correct. 100% I agree with that.
fuck yeah. And so you just hit on something that, like, I strongly believe in. And as a woman, I make a joke all the time. Like, I can fucking, these guys I date, I can buy them a meal. They don't need to buy mine. I can put a roof over their head. I can fucking cook them a meal. They date women who not only can't cook, these girls don't even put food in their fridge. And
that
they
would be
can't,
an understatement.
and they can't even afford the Uber to get to the restaurant to pay for the meal that they want to go on. A guy was, so, like, I love the fact that I'm like, I believe a woman makes a house a home. So I love the fact that I have a nice home, I have a clean home, I can invite someone in, I can fucking take care of that home, I can cook him a meal, I can make him feel like a king. Because, like, I think there's something to be said about the way a woman can treat a man too. Because I am very traditional and old school in our roles, in like male and female. Like, I'm a boss when it comes to my business, I make a lot of decisions, but I want to be submissive to a man. I want, like, my man to be the man of a house and be like, bitch, sit down, I want you right now. Like, this is the way it's going to be. Like, he can make the decisions. If I respect my man, like, I trust your judgment.
Yeah, but I think that strong, independent women kind of get the shit end of the stick, because I think that we've talked about this before, and you can chime in on this. I feel like when you see someone that has everything, she provides everything for herself, maybe that could be intimidating for someone who wants to be that provider.
So my thoughts on that, like the strong independent thing, like again, like Nat and you were both, like there's like a confidence to a woman that walks around like that, but she's also the type of woman that won't look at a guy who's like, oh, I'm just like renting and just starting out in my life. I think she's also going to hold her standards and be like, oh, you're not on the same level as me, but that could be your right person, and there's something to say about someone that'll, like, when you're going through it and lay down in like the dirt with you, essentially, that creates like a truer bond, I think, than most.
Wait, and so I agree that too.
No, I'm not saying that you won't. I'm saying there is people out there that do reflect that, like,
or there's a fear that is true.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because I came from nothing, so for me, like, I'm not looking to a man to financially provide for me. I'm looking for a man to provide the things that I can't provide myself. And so when a woman can provide everything for herself, all she's really looking for is the way a man treats her. And so for me, it's like, fucking love me, fucking make me feel like I'm a queen.
Correct. And for you, that's like 100% understood. But I don't know if you probably haven't dated girls from like 24 to 34 years old.
No, I know, but
I've heard.
Think
if you're being like nice and like romantic and like you show up with flowers on like the 4th or 5th date, they think there's something like completely off with you.
Really?
They're like, oh, you're too clingy and needy, and it's like, you're like, what the, like,
so interesting. Like, honestly, so interesting.
And they just want like the status side of it. It's like, what are you really doing for me, like outside of like the relationship? And it's like, well, what are you bringing to the table? Like,
we talked about this.
I've got like a home to live in. Like, I have a good job. Like, I've got a career. I've got good family, friends. Like what's your portion of like what's helping me like increase my life?
I know, and bring value.
But
I totally
people
agree.
don't think on both sides anymore. It's so like dating's one-sided for both genders, I think, now.
Totally. And so I've had 2 guys invite me to their house for dinner. Like, they wanted to cook for me, and they both said, like,
sorry, go on.
I think that's a fine date.
Okay.
I think that's nice that a man can cook. I cook every meal at my house by myself and clean.
Go continue.
But they have both said, like, going out for dinner is overrated, because, like, if you date a lot, that's like what you do all the time, right? And then I think that I'm probably one of the only women that would agree to going to someone's house. Why is your face like that? Fix your face.
Go on. No.
That would agree to going to someone's house, because I feel like these other chicks, I'm dating all younger guys for our audience, if you don't know. Now you know. So I think the other women that they're dating are definitely much younger than me. I'm going to say I'm the oldest woman that these men are dating. And I think the other girls would not be cool with that invitation. I don't think they would be like, yeah, baby, I'm gonna come to your house and we can like chill inside and you can cook me like craft dinner. I think they want to be taken to the restaurant, the bougie place in Toronto, and I think they want like a $400 meal. So I think that there's definitely merit to what he is saying. I would love that. Like, if no guys brought me flowers.
No guys took you out to dinner.
Right.
Something about cooking dinner like in your house setting though, and like having like a little fire.
That's
like
nice.
Out on the patio with like a bottle of wine.
Intimate.
But
yeah,
like
100%.
but like maybe like
I didn't accept though these 2, like I haven't done these dates. I'm just saying 2
not
men.
For the first or second or third date. Like,
yeah,
that's like you've been hanging out
that's like
with
a
somebody for a couple
9th,
weeks.
10th
Yeah,
date. Like
definitely.
That's okay. As long as we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Next question.
You really wanted to say as long as it's not the first date.
Jesus, Mary Joseph. Yeah, well, when you can't just bring up going to a guy's house who's gonna cook you dinner. That's like we've been dating for like a couple months.
Well, that's sex on a platter when you go to someone's house, so it can't be.
But that's also how people dated during COVID.
Yeah,
like
you're right.
What else
Honestly,
were you gonna
COVID
do?
fucked all of you guys
I didn't
up.
date during. Oh, I did date during COVID.
That's when you started dating during COVID, wasn't it?
By accident. One guy. Yeah.
Well, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah, he was crazy. He was crazy though.
Okay.
So number 4, go for it.
Okay, so when you're dating, why is it worded like this? When you're dating, sleeping, talking to with other women still, do you tell them you are?
So if you're dating,
sleeping,
so like if you're
dating,
so if you're dating someone, whether you're sleeping with them or talking with them, do you tell them that you're dating or talking or sleeping with multiple people?
At this point in my life, a younger me would have said, I wouldn't be like fully open about it, but I was like 27, 28. A lot of shit went on in my life at that time.
Of course.
Now I don't think I could I wouldn't want to be sleeping.
Okay, wait, hold on. How old are you?
33.
Okay, 33. Okay.
Had a lot of growing up in the last couple of years.
Okay, sounds good.
I don't think right now in my life I would sleep with more than one person at a time.
I know you wouldn't. We've had this conversation off air.
It just doesn't, like, again, this is going to sound stupid to the dudes that listen to this, but you're giving part of yourself to someone, and if you're going to, like, trust them with that, you better, like, let them into the fucking rest of your life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, and like
I feel the same way.
If you're like dating and you're going out on a bunch of first dates, perfectly fine. Like, be honest with the person, be like, oh yeah, like.
But once you get to that stage.
Once you have, like, if you're both willing to be like, hey, we're not talking to anybody else, you gotta drop all the crap.
Okay, yeah. But if you're sleeping with someone, would you talk to someone else?
Also, I don't think, no, not anymore.
Okay.
It adds so much of, like, you're being disfaithful at that point for, like, even just getting to know someone proper.
Yeah. And, like, I know him, so I can honestly say he's not lying. Like, I think if he was sleeping with someone, I think he would be far enough involved with that chick that he would not be interested in talking to somebody else. Like, I think he'd be putting all of his eggs in that basket with that girl to see where it would go.
But I don't think, not the younger generation of females, I'm going to say, like, under 28, I don't think they do that anymore.
What do you mean? You think
I think they're content with, like, sleeping with 2 or 3 dudes at the same time, based on what I've heard from, like...
All the guys I date say the same shit.
It's fucked.
Yeah, and they, like, say, like, these girls will do anything for money. Like, they want a bag. They want, like, something couture.
They want free dinner sometimes.
They'll suck your dick.
Yeah, they just don't want to go out and buy their own food.
So yucky.
And I actually had a friend, we're no longer friends, and she said that when she wanted a steak dinner, she was, I could just go into my phone. I knew who I could call for a dinner.
We should have one of those, like, girls on the podcast.
That is so cringe. Like,
I want to ask them some questions.
No, we can ask them questions, but, like...
And then I'm going to take them to church after.
I think that comes from, like, the dating app culture. Because, like, a guy can download a dating app, and you might not get a match for, like, 2 or 3 days. A girl downloads an app, and you probably have, like, 1,000 likes in under 2 hours.
So I get on average, if you want to go there, and I mean, I can show you my phone because, like, honestly, like, I'm never on the app. I'm overwhelmed by it. I get 60 to 100 likes a day, and I've had that since I joined in May.
So that's ridiculous.
It's disgusting. So it's different for guys? This is off tangent from these questions, but is it different for dudes? Because
based on, like, when I just, like, recently started doing the app thing in the last, like, couple weeks, because I was like, it's been a couple months, like, I figured my life back out. It's horrendous.
Okay.
Because, like, and
Are you on the same app that I'm on?
Yes.
Oh, I'm surprised we haven't matched yet.
It's just, like, I've had female friends who have also, like, we did it, like, at my buddy's house. We're like, we'll both download the app and see what happens.
Yeah.
She had over 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours.
That's fucked.
And I had, like, 5. And I was like, this is, like, the difference in, like, females are very selective in who they pick, and they read through, like, I feel like you don't have time to read through 1,000 fucking profiles. Like, that's a full-time job.
But I do. It is a full-time job. But, like, I actually read through them because I don't want to just go based on looks. Because I feel like every guy just looks.
Let's not lie to each other. A dating app is all based on looks.
Well, of course.
Yes.
Until you start talking to someone, the first thing is always based on a
like, I was never on a, like, I mean, it was before my time. But, no, like, it is 100% about looks.
Yeah.
It depends exactly on what
and that's why I want to get off of it, because that's all they comment on me is my looks.
That's why you should go on Love is Blind.
Well,
anyway.
I only got one call back.
Help us spread the love one home at a time. Rate, review, and share this podcast. It would mean the world to us, and hey, it may even change someone else's world. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also find us both on Instagram @TheRealNat and @LayRealEstate.
Okay, so let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
This is another Steve Harvey one. So they say it takes men 3 months to realize that they're dating the one and that they could see, like, a future with. Do you agree with this? Now, Steve Harvey's is a bit different, and I think Steve Harvey's is in here. Steve Harvey quotes that men only need 6 weeks of dating a woman to know if they could see something long term. But then there's, like, this floating theory about 3 months, and that's where I think girls have the term of, like, you don't fuck a guy until 3 months comes from. And I'll be honest with you.
I guess it really just depends on who it is.
Up until this year, I waited 3 months with every man in my life to fuck.
Okay.
So
don't you find, like, the time restraints, like, throw like the vibe off a little bit?
I don't know.
Well, because if you just feel like it, then anyway.
No, okay. Finish that. Finish the comment. I'll answer.
I just feel like if you're going off statistics and averages and these time constraints, you're not really allowing yourself to feel whatever you're feeling towards this person.
That's right. So I have lived in the moment with dating all these guys this year. I have no regrets.
Like, oh, I have a rule. Like,
well,
but what if this person is like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, every rule has an exception in life.
Yeah.
Right. I know. I don't, listen, I'm upfront with guys about everything. I'm upfront about me being cheated on because I want them to know I have trust issues. And it's not them, but I want them to know I have trust issues. I've been upfront that like I have been dated until this year. So like my body count hella low. And I do let them know that I have a lot of boundaries. I don't call them rules. I have a lot of boundaries. I don't have sleepovers with guys either.
Yeah, things like that.
Even if I fuck you, like,
yeah, things
thanks,
like
get the fuck out. Like, you're not spending the night. I'm sorry. Like, look at your face, but it's the fucking truth.
You're like, you sound like a high profile, like, fucking finance dude right now that, like, calls you an Uber at, like,
yeah, seriously.
2 in the morning. They're like, by the way, your Uber's out front.
If you want to talk about Sex in the City, watch the first episode of Sex in the City. The man is you.
And like, this is my problem.
Yeah.
How many times this year, and you were the first person to say it, you fucking called me a bro, and everybody in my life has said my energy is off with dating. Maybe I have a fucking dick. Maybe this is why they're not taking me out for dinner.
No, I think you're just like too in your head about.
I'm not in my head. I'm such a dude.
Okay.
I'm so analytical, black heart.
Okay.
Well, we'll have another episode. You guys can interview me and how fucked up I am.
No, that's like a whole series. That's like a whole series. That's a spin-off. Okay, so, but do you think it takes 3 months?
No.
I don't think it takes 3 months.
Okay, but do you think 6 weeks
way
though?
Way less. I think a dude knows within like the first 3 dates whether there's like long-term commitment there.
Okay.
The problem is people, male and female, can hide who they are for like the first 6 months.
But you know best.
It takes a real, like, honest, like, not a tragedy, but like an incident where like you're both called into question about like something that's happened, and not like a cheating way, but like, hey, something bad happened in my life. Somebody's been in a car accident. Somebody's sick, and like. How do you handle that in the moment? And that, like, once that thing happens, they're like,
so turmoil.
They can't go back to hiding who they really were.
That's right.
And I think the next 3 weeks after that tells you a whole lot about who somebody is.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you say like the first 3 dates, do you like to keep your dates close together?
If I enjoy hanging out with somebody for the first time, like, I'm not like I don't have a set rule boundary where like I'm not texting you for 3 days. I'm not. You would be surprised at how many females are like, oh, I don't want to text like the very next day. And it's like, if you had a really good time, like, what the hell's the problem?
Guys also tell me this too.
I hate that. It's so stupid.
Or they're like, the amount of females that get freaked out if you like phone them like the 3rd or 4th day, or like after a date. And you're like,
I love when guys call me.
Again, you're from like a little bit older, like same generation, like older like I am. But like if you call somebody and you're like, hey, like I had a really good time, we should do dinner on the weekend. And they're like, oh, the weekend are reserved for like my friends. And I'm like, the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
Oh God.
But no, I think a guy knows much sooner than a female does.
Really?
And I don't think that you should keep, if you're really enjoying hanging out with somebody, like, why are you spacing your dates out?
Yeah, so when I like someone, I do want to see them regularly.
And like, I'm not saying you have to see each other like 5 days a week, but like if you're enjoying someone's company, like what's the problem with like going out on like a Saturday for like the entire day, and then like you're like, oh, we'll see each other Thursday night. Like, what's the...
Well, you have to see if you get the ick or not. And I think like the ick can rear its ugly head pretty early. Yeah. Right?
Do you guys have like a big list of icks that you...
So I do. I definitely do, but I'd have to write them down because I'm like, there's a lot of things. But it could also be something like just random, and it could be like the most like the stupidest thing. But my husband has literally never ever, he could do the most vile shit, could never give me the ick.
That's because
literally
my 2 exes too, I feel the same way about.
Love him.
I know.
Boys, like, we literally never grow up.
Yeah.
And I agree with that.
Content, especially if you're with your like 4 best guy friends.
Yeah.
You're pretty much 12 years old.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Again.
Yeah.
You're just allowed to drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
True,
but like I could get the ick from like the simplest shit. So like if I were to date ever again, I would know right away, and I'd be like,
Okay.
But if I liked them enough, maybe I wouldn't have seen it.
It's so interesting though that I know we have to get through these because there's a lot of questions, but like it's so interesting that you say that you think men know sooner than women. in time frame, which is wild, and 3 dates, because like in my mind, I don't need 6 weeks. I actually need less than what Steve Harvey says. I'm like 4 weeks max, and that's assuming I'm seeing them like once a week with my schedule, because I have a crazy schedule. So let's say that's like 4 weeks, 4 dates. So I guess similar to what you're saying.
But so this is where I would come and like rebut back to you for what you just said. If you're gonna put like a 3-month rule on like sleepovers and not like, I'm not saying you have to sleep together.
Not a 3-month rule of sleep. 3 months for sex. Sleepovers. No. I've dated someone for months and like they've never slept over.
Okay, but
like where's the connection? Sorry, where's the connection at like night or like in the morning when you're like the rawest form of yourself, like just waking up?
Yeah, how do you allow someone to get to know you at all?
I don't.
Oh, exactly.
Well, there you go.
Here we go. Okay. Next question. What is their biggest ick? I feel like we're interviewing you. It's the Jeff and Layla show, okay? What is the biggest ick on a dating profile?
As a guy's point of view, yeah.
As from a guy's point of view.
If every single one of your pictures is
filtered?
No. Well, filter, yeah. But a lot of females literally just post, like I would call them what everyone likes to term like a thirst trap, where it's strictly them in bikinis, but then like you read through their prompts and you're like, what you're posting doesn't make sense to what like you're saying.
Yeah.
And it's like, so you're clearly trying to just attract attention or give your fucking Instagram handle.
Okay,
like,
so I love that you said this.
You just want guys to add you on Instagram and DM you. It's strictly for like building your ego.
They want to be an influencer.
You've never seen my profile.
I have.
Wait, we matched?
No, I just don't. I have a rule about people that I know in real life. I don't match. I don't try and match with like people.
But how have you seen my profile then?
You don't even use your real name.
So then I came up for you. Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
He just swiped the other way.
I
don't know if it's left or right.
I can't believe you're on my show and you just told me right now. You fuckface. I can't believe this. I don't use my real name. I go by my middle name. I do not have my Instagram handle. I do not have what I do for a living. And I do not have a bathing suit photo of me.
You'd be surprised at how many girls just have literally like them like drinking bathing suit photos and then their Instagram handle. And they're like, something about like, don't be like every other dude. They're like, I need golden retriever energy, whatever the hell that means anymore.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. We're going to talk more about this offline.
That's
oh my
funny.
God, you've never come up for me. Bible. Never once. And I would fucking I would 100% match with you just to fuck with us.
That's why I don't do it, because friends do that shit to each other.
You should have done it to me.
Case in point.
Oh my God.
He swiped the other way.
I love it.
Is it left or right?
No, it's an X on Hinge.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
What is it? It's an X, yeah?
Yeah, or a check mark, I think.
Yeah. Oh, this is so funny. Okay. Why do men lie so well compared to women?
I think that's such a dumb question.
Stupid because, like, I'm going to be honest with you. If I wanted to
Whoever asked that is
I feel
dumb.
like I could be a really good liar because I think women can keep up with their fucking lies better than men.
I think women have the ability to lie better than men.
I agree.
I think men lie about stupid shit.
Yes.
And, like, I'm not like someone that ever cheat on someone, but lying about cheating is like a whole different level. But
of course,
like the ability to be like, oh, like a girl, like if a random number like popped up on my phone, I could easily explain like why it's there. But like back in the day, I probably would have told like some shitty lie, I'd be like, I don't know who that is, or like,
right.
But like I think a female like again, like I don't know. I'm sitting in the other chair all the time.
Of course.
So.
I had a friend growing up, and she was dating some guy, and she would say to me all the time, like, he lies about what he fucking ate for breakfast, his cereal. And it was because he would lie about stupid shit.
Yeah, but maybe that's just because they don't give a fuck. Like, who fucking cares?
Right. So I'm just saying, though,
so
it kind of gives merit to what he's saying. Like,
yeah.
I don't even think it's big things. I think men just lie about stupid stuff.
I don't think men can lie about big things very well.
I think men lie about little things to avoid conflict.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a psychopath.
When you're like, if you were at like a bar, like ordering a drink, and some girl came up and put her arm like around your waist and like, oh, are you gonna buy me a drink? And you're like, no, my girl's over there.
Yeah.
To avoid fighting with your girl, you're gonna walk back to the table and be like, oh, some girl just like came up, thought she like knew me. You're not gonna be like, she was over there like asking me to buy her a drink, because you're gonna be like, what the fuck did you say?
You can tell me that. I would be okay with it.
Yeah, so some are, but then you're gonna get the reverse. The females are like, well, what did you do?
It's just to avoid conflict.
What did you do
to have that interaction? Which, speaking, is also from my last relationship, where like again, I'm a very social person.
Yeah.
And like to the point where like I've hit somebody like with a shopping cart in like Costco before and been like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and the girl turned around and like smiled at me. He's like, don't worry, and like my ex had like a huge problem with the fact that this girl turned around. She's like, your body language allowed her to talk to you. I was like, I also ran into her with a shopping cart.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
It just makes me fucking laugh. Like, can you
know.
imagine being... Sorry. Can you imagine being that fucking psycho?
No, I can't.
Oh my god. I make it like I this is off, not really, but Eric will be in the drive-thru, he'll be getting like coffee, and she'll be like, okay, come on up, and I'll be in the passenger seat being like, okay, come on up. And it makes him feel so awkward when he gets it, because he's such a...
Yeah, but your husband's obsessed with you.
He's like such an awkward person though, like if I like make a big deal out of it, and then he'll be like, okay, thanks. I'll be like, okay, thanks. And he gets so uncomfortable. It's so funny. But yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
That's funny.
She was crazy though.
Yeah, that sounds fucked.
You're legit like such a nice guy. So.
Why do men let girls control or manipulate them?
I don't know any guy that allows this, but
non-confident men.
Yeah, I feel like
Right.
it depends on the type of man.
yeah, that's the right answer. I
Yeah.
agree.
You're not confident in who you are to stand on your own to be like, no, we're gonna disagree about this, because if you're not willing to have that conversation, that means you don't want to run your own life.
There's like
Yeah.
there's like nothing that gives me the ick more than someone that can't put their like foot down.
I agree.
You know, because I like to think that I run the show, but like he just like lets me run the show,
Pretends,
and then
that's what I'm saying.
until like there's something that he actually gives a shit about, and he's like no, and I'm like, oh, okay.
But that's what I said to you earlier. The biggest turn on is a man who's like, bitch, like shut
Yeah.
the fuck up, sit down.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, you want like an alpha male.
But there's also females that don't enjoy that like pushback, especially anymore.
Right.
Oh yeah, because apparently it's not feminist to, you know,
Yeah.
it's so fucking stupid. I'm
So
such a
dumb.
I'm such a like trad wife now. I find like
What?
like a traditional wife.
All right.
Like that's what they call them
I'm
now.
so far out on the terminology used these days.
I'm a
I saw it on
trad woman.
TikTok yesterday. Okay, I thought it would be cool to say it on the podcast. I'm a
ruined it
trad
for
wife,
you.
but like the traditional rules.
I'm a trap
you know?
wife.
Yeah, trap wife.
Trapo.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. I'm so far
Okay,
from that.
why do men go back to exes?
Ooh, I've never been. Side note before you answer, I have never once gone back to an ex in my life, but every guy.
That's probably because they're really shitty.
Listen, I actually think that my exes, despite what they've done, I think that they're good men. I know that sounds really fucked up. I wouldn't have been with them otherwise.
I beg to differ, but that's fine.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, that story's still to be told. But I've never gone back to an ex. And 4 guys I've dated in the last 3 weeks have come back to me, with the most recent one being on the Thanksgiving Monday.
So are we talking like short-term ex or like long-term like?
Anything.
I think it has to be like an ex.
Yeah, like you've dated
Like
for like a year.
the
or two.
person you dated for 7 years,
Would you go?
or the person you dated for a year. Like, why do people go? Why do you think?
I think because it's once you're in the dating pool for the first couple months, you realize like once you leave somebody, you really don't think about the shitty times that happened.
Right.
Your brain like kind of fogs it out, and you can remember all the good instances, and
like,
you're like,
you miss them.
You're like, yeah, and that problem, especially from a male perspective, you're like, if I do these like 4 things, I can fix that situation.
Right.
But if that situation's fixed, usually there's just another situation that pops back up, and then you go your separate ways again, and you're like, I can fix
There's like
both.
a reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Because
think-
like there would be a reason why you were with them for 7 years.
And I think,
But there's also a reason why you ended, and it's important that you still hyper-focus on that reason.
but I also think dudes love girls for a longer time after they split than females love for. Because girls emotionally check out before they leave a relationship.
Yes.
Yeah,
and when
I
they're
think
done, they're
that's right.
done.
And again, like that's poor communication on both sides because the guy doesn't actually.
Yeah, 'cause that's
sometimes-
not fair,
If
yeah.
you can't figure out what's wrong, again, not everybody's a mind reader, but you should have like some telltale signs that like shit's happening.
Right.
But dudes will get trapped in that like, I fucked all this up. I should have been able to correct it.
That's so fucked up that you just said that. I think that's gonna stick with me. Because I asked the guy on Thanksgiving Monday, why are you messaging me? And it was just weird. Like, so that's interesting that you think that. This is a good episode.
I know.
I
It's such
kinda
a
thought
nice
that
perspective.
I know.
I think I'm gonna ask Eric all these questions when I get home now that I have them, and just
guy.
see what he says.
The guy that
He's gonna be like, shut the fuck up.
the guy that I was dating when we got these questions, he's already been through all of them. He asked me to see them.
Interesting.
Yeah, he answered a lot of them actually already. Okay, so the next one is, why do men cheat?
Yeah, but that's such a dumb question
That's
because
just-
why
It
do
is-
women cheat?
Yeah.
Listen, hold on though. I have asked every man that I've gone on a date with this question, and I can
You
tell you.
asked them about cheating on the first. date?
Listen, going on a date with me is very interesting.
Do we need to do like a boot camp or something?
I'm not the average chick, and I'm not saying that to like boast
I know,
myself.
you're a bro.
But I'm just saying
He's not your bro on this date.
I talk about awkward stuff. I talk about the stuff that people don't want to talk about. I also don't have a lot of time. So like I'm trying to filter through
Natalie,
people.
you can't just fucking throw that on someone.
I'm not throwing it on someone.
So why did you cheat in a past relationship? Because
No,
I know you did.
Hold up. That is not how it happened. I went on a date with somebody and he told me that I said, how long have you been single for? He said 8 months. We got to talking and he told me he had cheated on his girlfriend.
That's a red flag.
I don't know. I mean, I chase red flags like they're red roses. So I listened still.
It's all making sense now.
He said it was the first time he cheated. He said he would never cheat again. And he said, nor would he tolerate someone cheating. Now, I don't know if it's true, okay? But hold up.
So, sorry. I'm a cheater, but I would never tolerate someone cheating on me.
Hold up.
Wow.
Hold up. Mm-hmm. So I asked him, why did you cheat? Like, out of curiosity, like, why did you cheat? Because, I mean, I don't know if this is, like, the platform to talk about this, but I've had some fucked up feedback lately from men in dating. And he said to me that it was due to attention. And he said she was amazing. And he said, like, there was nothing wrong with his chick, but she was not giving him the attention that he wanted. Now, every guy I've gone on a date with has said attention is a big thing. I have had a guy tell me that my busyness is a red flag, that my career is a red flag, because he said to me that when a man likes you, he wants to see you, and they want to be with you all the time. So he was like being busy and hearing the word busy, and it reminded me of real estate, because you know when they say when someone runs into you and they're like, how's the market? And they're like, never say busy. Yeah. You take the time to explain what's going on, but busy means you don't have enough time for them as a client, potential client. It took me right back to that theory. So I don't say like, did you cheat or why do men cheat? It doesn't come up like that.
Okay. Well, I feel like I don't believe it until like I see it. I feel like I need to sit beside you like at the other table, like on the date, and be like, Natalie.
You want to have the thing in my ear and tell me what?
Yeah. It sounds like you need it.
Yeah. We'll be in the car outside in a black van.
I would just
with cameras.
I'm so nervous.
Oh man, the places we're gonna go.
If you've been on a date with me, please chime into this episode and tell me how horrible it was.
Seriously.
Let's put a bow on it and wrap this episode up. Thank you for joining us today, where we got real and raw. If this hit home for you, don't forget to tap those stars and subscribe to join us next time. Remember what we're here for: raw conversations and real connections. So don't just stop there. Find us both on Instagram at @TheRealNat and @LayRealEstate, and let's connect. Until next time, on the podcast that feels like home.